This is day 93, and today it's an off day for me. So, uh, I went to eat the Indian food because after initially I made a video about food, and I was just transported back to the times when I used to eat a lot of Indian food, and there's a lot of nostalgia. After that day, I've been spending a lot of money eating Indian food, and not just one meal. I eat two meals in one go. All right. So if I go for a breakfast today, I did the same thing. I ate two meals for the breakfast. Sometimes I go for dinner. I ate two meals. Now I am realizing this that Indian food, I can eat a lot of Indian food because that's the only delicious vegetarian food that we have. If we talk about how we eat food over here, it's not very delicious, to be honest, because I used to make this little frozen vegetable mixed vegetable at home. So I'll just tell you the dish and you can't believe it. One of our friends used to make fun of this. I used to get frozen vegetable packet. I used to put it in a bowl. I put water, like 6 hours. I'll let it sit in the fridge, and it has defrosted itself as well because it was a frozen packet. So I then microwaved it for 5 minutes, okay, and then I drained the water and added salt, and if I had pepper, and ready to go. So this was the vegetarian meal, and then I used to buy yogurt and maybe bread, or mostly this was my meal for at least 8 months to 1 year. I ate this, and he saw this and he said, "No, no doubt you're, looking that frail and thin because you're eating this all the time." So, anyways, I think I talked about avial in one of my videos where I upgraded my cooking skills. So these were the cooking skills I used to have. Like 10 minutes, bam, that's it. Here you go. That's the level of my cooking. 10 minutes, bam, healthy, delicious food. You eat it. And it was delicious. I wouldn't lie. It was delicious. I used to look forward to it. But it wasn't satisfying. It was not good for my digestive system. I used to have a lot of unsatisfied hunger, if you want to call it. Then I went to volunteer for like different organizations. Okay, my chair went down. This is, as I said, I'm sitting in a different library today, so sorry about that. Okay, so I went to different spiritual organizations. I was volunteering there. I learned this art of mixing and um, experimenting with delicious vegetables and lentils. So I discovered a dish called avial. Okay, this dish was amazing because I had I think 10 to 12 lentils that I experimented with. I ate sweet potato every time. I think for 1.5 2 years. That's why a lot of problems related to sugar are coming up now. So I ate that every time because this sweet potato was a very integral part of this dish. I would switch around and experiment with different lentils, beans, and peas, but sweet potato won't change. In the middle, I also experimented with the tofu. I had tofu and frozen vegetables. I'm like, yeah, I'm a healthy guy. I'm going to experiment with healthy stuff. So because I read this in one of the Japanese articles, that they said that why Japanese live for so long, because they eat tofu, and that's very strong source of protein. I was like, okay, I want to live for long. I want to live for 100 to 50 years. Wow, that's 250 years. Oh my God. Okay. We'll crack this joke later. I'll complete the thing I'm talking about. So I started eating tofu. I used to eat one whole piece of tofu. The one piece was around this size. Okay, this, and this. Okay, this is the breadth of it, and this is the length of it. I was eating it, and I'm like, okay, and it was a very nutritious alternative to paneer. I ate it, and then Indian food was out of my reach. But when the lockdowns opened up and I got a little chance to, explore, because I did not have any chance in Melbourne to go to any restaurant, right? So I found an opportunity to go to Gurudwara. Now, to Gurudwara, I wasn't going there for food. Initially, I started as a lot of different, I started feeling good over there. I didn't even know that they were giving food. So initially, I started going there just without going to the kitchen, and I just went to the Gurudwara. I felt good. I came back, and then this was the schedule of my day. But then I realized they have a kitchen there. So I started planning the day so that I will go there, sit, and then I will go to the kitchen as well, and then come back. And while doing this, I also volunteered there. I'll be doing dishes. I did dishes whenever. So I did dishes till it stopped. Whenever people are bringing me, I won't go from there. I kept doing dishes. Okay, continuing to the food. So I ate some of the most delicious food there. And then I was like, oh, still I used to have this urge of eating avial, because avial was the wonder of the world that I had discovered. But anyways, then I moved places within Melbourne. 1.5 years I was living in the same house. I moved to another house. That time as well, I was cooking a little bit of avial, a little bit of mixed vegetable, but cooking was happening. All right. So still there is not like I'm not eating from outside. Some days I was experimenting with pizzas, and that's all, right? Now I moved here in Sydney. I had thrown all my dishes, the dishes, the utensils I was using to cook. I had thrown them. So I came to Sydney. I actually purchased a new utensil, but that did not work out for me because there was some technical issue which stopped me from cooking here in Sydney. So I stopped that, and once that happened, oh my God, Subway every day, footlongs, Subway, footlongs, Subway, footlongs. And then I tapped into this Indian food dimension again, right? I went to the day I made the food is spirituality video. I was sitting there, oh my God, nostalgia. After that, in one meal, I will go and I will have breakfast, I will have 2 meals. Dinner, I will have 2 meals. Now, it's not a regular thing. It's for example, today I have done this, but again I won't get this opportunity every day, and also I won't do it every day. So done it for dinner today. I won't be able to have a very a big meal for the I had this for the breakfast, sorry, but I won't do it for the dinner today. I will have a little bit of light dinner, and that's it. And to be honest, again, repeating the thought that I started with, it is, I thought it's not shooting any video. Okay, I just checked the time. So it's 8 minutes, I'll go to 10 minutes. So coming back to the point, I started eating outside, and when I went back to eat the Indian food again, it gives me more, satisfy the hungers, give me more to eat, give me more urge to eat. I don't know what is up with the Indian food, or there is some emotional, link to it. But there is definitely, with Subway, you can only eat much, right? With some other, okay, now to be honest, I haven't also tried other foods. I have given a little bit of hand to the Chinese noodles, because if you talk outside of India, vegetarian food is not healthy, or vegan. Now they're coming up with vegan options, and if it's healthy, the vegan options, oh my God, they're so expensive and they are not as delicious, to be honest. I don't want to put someone down, but that's the reality. That's the secret. They're not very delicious as the Indian food. I talked about one of the visits to the Buddhist temple that I had. There, I liked the burgers they gave me, because it was some connection to the spiritual dimension over there, and I just feel good when I go to the temple or some spiritual place, and then I eat food over there. There's like some devotion involved, even though if you pay money for it, some devotion involved there. With this, I just finished the video. I think it's long, and I expressed my food desire. Thank you.